Hey guys, welcome back to the Wandering Wind and a happy Independence Day for those of you who, like me, are citizens of the United States of America. We have hit, let's see, how many years has it been? I'm going to go ahead and calculate just on a whim. 2019 minus 1776. We have hit our 243rd birthday as a nation. Yay! We're almost a quarter of a millennia old, which is very young in civilization terms. But we will never see this kind of a lifespan for individuals, so we celebrate any way we can. So recently there's been some controversy over a shoe that Nike was planning on releasing that had the original Betsy Ross flag on it. And people were calling it a symbol of the oppressive nature of slavery in those days. Now, before I say anything else, I want to admit that slavery was a bad thing, okay? Slavery was wrong. Everybody was created equal, and therefore every man and every woman has the right to be able to do whatever they want without somebody else owning them and telling them that they can't. That said, I want to say that this notion that the Betsy Ross flag, just being from that particular era, symbolizes the oppressive nature of slavery is kind of stupid. Let's be honest here. Let's be gosh darn honest with ourselves. Not every single symbol from the past is a symbol for the support or whatever of slavery. There are people out there that do support slavery and civil non-rights. The idea that certain groups of people should be oppressed. That is what we should be protesting. I mean, if we're going to go off of that logic, oh, well, this flag was from that era, so therefore it's a symbol of that time's values and therefore the symbol of slavery. If we're going to go through that logic, let's go through Benjamin Franklin being on the $100 bill, George Washington being on the $1 bill, both of them slave owners, both of them also very proud members of our founding fathers. And the first president, George Washington, on the $1 bill, okay? By that logic, we also should not have any symbolism predating Lincoln, which eliminates almost, I think, about 30 presidents, as well as quite a number of years worth of our history, which, if we do not learn from it, we are doomed to repeat it. But that means that we don't erase things that we don't agree with. The way that we learn from the past is that we keep that memory or that record alive so that future generations will know these guys messed up in this way and here's how not to be them. Not by saying, well, we're just going to get rid of all symbolism that promotes whatever we feel it promotes, because that's not logic, kids. That's emotion. And emotion does not have a logical thought process. Emotion doesn't really... Emotions are all fine and good. Emotions are wonderful. I would never tell you to stop feeling. But there comes a time where we have to turn away from reactive emotional outbursts and start turning to proactive, logical steps. Because there are a lot of things that we can do as a nation to move forward despite our somewhat tainted past without forgetting the past. Just because some parts of it weren't great and some parts of it weren't hunky-dory, peachy keen, fine and dandy, sunshine, skills, and rainbows, doesn't mean that we need to completely blot it out of history. So I will proudly, if they do come back and bring it back out, I will proudly wear, if I can afford them, the Betsy Ross shoes. I will proudly stand up and say, I am happy where we came from. I am happy to celebrate our roots as well as our future as a nation. We don't need to look at every single symbol and look for possible links to whatever horrible thing there is in our past. There are some things that are definitely linked to slavery. The KKK and a few other groups. Certain symbols, including the swastika, which is now being adopted by both the KKK as well as other anti-government, anti-fascist, anti-whatever groups. And it's not really a great idea, but, you know, each one of us has to choose who we want to be and what actions we want to take. And nobody can tell anybody else not to do that. Because even if you do, they'll do it anyway. Just out of spite, if nothing else. So, in the end, what we as a nation, what we as individuals can do is just realize that per symbol, we can evaluate. But we don't have to blanket every single symbol with the same brush. We can't just do that because that would mean that our entire history is null and void. Oh, pre-Lincoln we had slavery? Okay, blot it all out. Do you hear that logic or that non-logic in there? That's pretty much this situation. Anyway, I hope you guys gave it a thought. I hope you guys had thoughts provoked by this. And until next time, I love you very much. And I'll see you guys again very soon. Happy 4th. And God bless all of you.